All right, listen up. I have to level up my COE game. No cap. I had to level up my COE game. Hey, Mark, for anyone who doesn't know, you are literally a whole mood. Today, Mark dropped a video on his Patreon where he's sitting down with Brian McKnight's ex-wife, the one he shares his first set of kids with, including his eldest son, for their only ever tell-all interview. And girl, you won't believe this, because if you've been living under a rock, not even 2 weeks ago, Anton Daniels had Brian McKnight on his show. They did an interview, it was going all kinds of copacetic, and it probably would have stayed that way until they decided to throw shots at Marc Lamont Hill. And your girl's dumb self jumped right in, trying to set up a sit-down with Mark and Anton, making a whole big fuss. But here's the tea. Y'all don't know, behind the scenes, I saw Anton's reaction to Mark, and he was losing it. My humanitarian side kicked in, and I was like, Mark, I don't even want y'all to hash this out. I'm not chasing this anymore. This dude's talking wild. You need to clap back. Mark laughed it off and went about his day, and then I peeped other folks trying to step in and give Mark's side of things. And I'm like, okay, I see the game now. You have to keep your cards close until the reveal. Pause. Anyway, that's why that interview never popped off. I thought Mark was done, but nah, he's playing chess with this. Mad respect to him. I love the player. I'm just keeping it real.
Mark's got a ton of interviews tucked away, and I told him just re-release one so people see this is a lane you run too. But he hit me with, fuck re-releasing interviews. Although, plot twist, he actually did it, so shout out for taking the advice. Re-releasing aside, I'm about to drop new interviews myself. And trust me, he's watching the traction Imani got on his Patreon closely. So much so, he actually sat down for an Imani interview himself. Here's the thing. Interviews only hit when you know how to interview. And Mark always stands out when he's on the JBP. So much that I was like, why can't I just run this solo? Hey Mark, in case it hasn't clicked yet, you could totally launch your own show behind the paywall. And people will pay if you tease clips publicly. Don't be shocked if you catch a clip from this interview on his YouTube page. Anyway, damn guys, this is getting real because I'm always torn in situations like this. Every time I'm in the middle of it, I'm thinking, man, I don't want to look like the bad guy. I remember telling my brother, I'm not even chasing this interview because I'm building something with Mark and don't want to ruin it trying to curry favor with Anton. My brother hit me with, nigga, when it comes to this content, you can't focus on relationships. And I'm like, damn, he's right. Sure enough, Mark feels the same way. So it's going to be interesting to see where this heads because best believe shots are going to fly Mark's way, whether from Brian McKnight, Anton Daniels, or their communities. And low-key, Mark's been leveling up on the pod too. He's calling folks out, and I'm paying attention because he's speaking on Ish and Ice, their lack of prep and their inability to really converse. These moments answer questions definitively, unless they disagree, which is hilarious because then they get mad at Joe for poking them. Meanwhile, every time we agree, they have nothing to add to the conversation. And Mark and Joe, yeah, they're talking behind the scenes. They're not exactly tight because there's some internal beef still simmering. But when it comes to everyone else and how they're connecting, they're definitely in communication. So now we have to keep our eyes peeled on all of this. But Mark, his strategy? He's putting that energy straight into circulation. He said, fuck holding back. Pumping brakes? Nah, we're going all in. Oh Lord. I'll finish the rest of this interview, and if there's anything wild, because trust me, it's not going the way you expect, but just the fact that he's even talking to him, that's already enough. And speaking of which, y'all know I covered the JBP, but I'm gonna be real. I want to check out that documentary that dropped today with 50 Cent. I might even make a video on it. Y'all tell me if you see that. If yes, it goes on YouTube. If not, it'll stay behind the paywall on Patreon. Like the video if you're feeling it, subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you already have, you know how we do. You know what it is, man. This whole thing, absolutely nuts.